Land, Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with another Transformers third-party review, and today we're going to be reviewing the Newage Agamemnon. This was also a birthday present to me from my other buddy. Thanks, buddy, you rock. And this guy, well, first of all, we don't need this crap. This guy is flippin' amazing. This is awfully reminiscent of Megatron, though of course it is not Megatron. This is Agamemnon. I don't know why you wouldn't mistake it for anything else. And it is fantastic. It's really good. I've been eyeballing this guy since I first saw a prototype of him. Of course, the prototype for the Magic Square Megatron looks really good as well, but I don't know. This one came out already, and I got it as a gift, and it's really fantastic. I want to point out that Newage is coming out with 4 different versions of this so far. You've got this version here, which is the animation accurate Megatron. There is one that, instead of this being in gray, this is all in silver. And he's got like red on the inside of his legs. And that's more of a toy accurate one. And then there's another one that's molded on clear plastic, but I'm not about that clear plastic life. And then there's also an all gold one, and I don't know what the heck that's supposed to be. But this guy comes with a whole lot of accessories. Let's get into his accessories real quick. First of all, he's got his fusion cannon, which is attached onto his arm. Just pegs on via this little peg here. Also extends out if you yank on that. I don't know that I really like the extended look to it. It doesn't look good in the gun mode, and it doesn't really look all that great in the robot mode, but I don't know, maybe if he's like charging up a big old thing, or like going for a longer distance shot, or I don't know, venting thermal waste after a particularly powerful blast or something. I don't know. Anyhow, he comes with a lot of accessories. He comes with basically as many accessories as the MP36 almost. He's like a mini MP36. So of course he comes with these parts to make up his, there's a stock there, there's a barrel extension there. You can extend this out, plug that in, and then I bet you that's where that comes in handy. Put this on top, and so he can, stand at this and go pew pew at somebody if you so desire. That's a thing that can be done. Apologies again, I have the sniffles slightly. I haven't gotten over them since the last video I shot, which was the Insecticons, which I shot like half an hour ago. So I worked on it, but I didn't achieve it in that time. He comes with this little gun that he had in Transformers the movie. It will fit onto either hand. Woo! Just with that little peg there. Kind of a tight fit. But it looks good. It looks good when he wants to finish off Prime by himself with his bare hands, but not actually do it with his bare hands. He comes with a key to Vector Sigma. Again, it's got a little peg on it. You can stick it onto his hand so he can hold it. He comes with the now standard 2 sets of hands, the pointing hands and the open hands. And those just, you pull off his hand, and then you can attach on his regular hand just in the same peg, like so. So it can be like jazz hands, or it can be like pointing hands. So that's cool. He comes with this little accessory here, which, focus, Grasshopper, jeez, which does a few things. So you can plug it in this way, and it will, I got a series of blast effects because I got an earlier copy of this. It will plug a blast effect onto that, or if you want to grab one of these ones, that will plug into there as well. It will also plug into, if I can get this part back out, if you flip this around, plug it in from the other, nope, there we go. Yeah, it'll plug into his gun barrel as well. Though with this little extension part out here, it looks a little bit funnier, so I don't know. So that's an accessory he comes with. Like I said, he does come with these blast accessories. He comes with one of these, which can plug into the end of that little adapter thing here. Or I think it should just plug, straight into the back of that. He comes with 3 of these. These are 3 identical parts. And I'm not sure why. Because they don't really get used on him much. I mean, you can still stick them in the end of there or plug them onto the end of this. You can plug them onto, nope. I thought I saw somebody do a hack where you basically plug this in, then he holds it in his hand, like it's some sort of a flippin' beam saber or something. But I seem to be having issues getting that one on. Maybe if I hit it with like a hairdryer or something first. He also comes with this little one here, which looks awful reminiscent of the blast effect that on the MP36 went on the end of the gun, or it went onto the beam saber. Except on this one, it's got a little hole in here, but that hole doesn't go anywhere. Like you can stick the bulb end of this into there, kind of. But because you're not making any sort of a cylindrical mate, it doesn't line up very well. It doesn't peg into this. It certainly doesn't peg into that. It doesn't peg into anything on this. I don't know what the deal with it is. And the instructions, of course, don't say anything about it. He also comes with one of these things here. He can hold that in his hand so he can replicate that one scene from that one episode of that one show. You can also, though I don't feel like it's made for this, if you take his hand off, it'll fit into there, but it won't fit in there securely. But it fits in there well enough that you can pose him about. Yeah, get that Enzite going. And then he also comes with an alternate face, so let's rip his face off here. It just comes right off on that peg. And you can plug his alternate one in, and now he's like super happy. Hey! But no, Megatron's not supposed to be happy. He's supposed to be stoic and angry all the time. Except now it doesn't want to come off. I've doomed myself. Doomed. No, got it. Really the only accessories that he does not come with that the MP36 came with is he doesn't come with a beam saber. Though, like I said, especially if I get a hairdryer into this, I could probably mock that up. He doesn't come with Kremzik, and he doesn't come with battle damage chest plate or face. And that's pretty much it. All the other stuff he comes with. It's like got a crap load of accessories, and they all look really good. So let's get into Poseability. I'm going to take his gun off for the sake of this. By the way, when you take this off, this is something that you can do for transformation, but you can also just do this for the sake of streamlining him. Let's get all of his stuff out of the way. So in terms of Poseability, his head is on a ball joint. He'll look up and down. He'll look side to side, all the way around if you want him to. His arms go all the way around. This is both of them, because I know that he's not exactly symmetrical. He'll also go out about that far before these little peg trigger sections here start banging into his upper torso. So most of it's tree pose. He's got an upper bicep swivel, 90-degree of bend at his elbows. This elbow is slightly looser than this one, but it's still more than tight enough, so I'm not worried about that at all. Due to transformation, he does have the faintest amount of butterfly joint. That is primarily due to transformation. He also has a small but not insignificant amount of ab crunch, which is nice. Full rotation on his waist. His legs will go that far forward. They will go only that far back, unfortunately. Got the full Van Damme, though. He's got this ball joint up here, gives him a really good swivel here. Deep bend on that knee. No forward and back motion on his toe, but he does get a fair amount of toe bend. So, good poseability, good detail, good proportions on this figure. Just a really, really well-made figure. In terms of transformation, the way to get him started is... so we're going to take and we're going to go down to his feet and we're going to extend out these parts, and this little section here is going to come out like that. So come down here, extend out that part. You're going to take this panel here and flip it out on the back of his leg, rotate this part around, and then this is going to slide in like that. So again, we're going to take that, we're going to disconnect it. There's a little peg right here on the inside of the leg. We're going to disconnect it from that peg, rotate it around, and then just plop it in like that. That gets his legs squared away. Then we're going to take this part here and slide this around like so. We're going to give him the old splits like this. There's a tab right here that you probably couldn't help but notice that goes into this slot on his thigh. I may have jumped the gun on this panel here because it looks like it's getting in the way a little bit. And then we're going to bring this back down at his internal crotch joint right there. And that is going to bring that all together. We're going to tab, tab, tab. We're going to bend his leg up and just kind of leave it. We're just going to leave it kind of here for now because we want to get plenty of space and access on this upper part of his body. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to transform his arms. So you kind of want to pull up this panel just a little bit like that. You're going to disconnect this elbow joint right here, and then his arm is kind of going to go like this. Shoop, like that. Then you're going to pull on this so his hand comes back around, and then you're going to fold this back out again. With this one, you're going to fold this section out here and then fold this section out like that. It's on a little double hinge system there. Again, with the other arm, this one is going to be completely different. This one, you're going to push it up till it slides in. It'll kind of snap in to place. You're going to pull this out. This is the same as the other arm. Pull this out on the double hinge system. Then there's a little peg that's attached onto his shoulder on the inside here. You're going to need to lift up on his chest and then at the same time kind of hook your finger around this little peg and yank on it. So like that. See, there's the little peg right there. And so now that's free. You're going to take this section here. You're going to bring this part up. This is actually, his head forms part of the gun already, so his head doesn't do anything there. What you want to do with this chest area here is you want to take this little panel here, you want to bring this up, and then you want to push it back through like that. And it's going to come out this other side. That's going to allow you, that's first of all going to give you the space to move this chest panel up and out of the way. And then that's also going to give you the freedom you need to take this, extend to these little tabs out. Bring this down till it plugs into that little tab there. Then these tabs on the barrel section are going to plug into these holes right here. You'll see how that kind of lines his head up with the end of that. Oh, I forgot to rotate his waist all the way around. What that does now is it reveals these little slots right here on his hip joints. Those are going to fold down, and these pegs are going to peg into that just like so. Now you're going to take and fold up his arm. I want to do this one here with a hand first. Bring this around. And then this one here, you got to kind of take this section here and fold it in a bit. And it's going to come around and it's going to tuck in. This peg is going to fit into that same little cavity in there. But you got to fold this panel in a little bit first just to get it to line up. So I'm going to line that up, line it up, and then you're going to push the section in until, until this comes around and tabs over the top. And that gives you a big empty gap inside here, but that's exactly what this other end of this thing is for. So you're going to bring this up. As you bring this up, you're going to line up these leg sections to be kind of flush with this thigh part here. See how that fits out? Then you're just going to slide this in like that. These pegs, these big old pegs that were on the shoulders, those are going to plug into these little slots here on the sides. So bring that in, plug those in, fold this part in because you've got the tab on this side. Fold that in, then fold that in. And then you can take his barrel and plug it back in on top here. And there you go. There's Agamemnon in his gun mode. Now he does have an extension here. It just lines up like that and slides in. You can plug this one on the end here. And there he is, all lined up. Just a fantastic looking representation. Nothing that you can really do with this big extended barrel here, but like I mentioned earlier, you can actually take this adapter here and plug it into there, and then plug one of these onto the end of that if you so want to, or you can even just plug something into there if you so want to. It'd be double ridiculous. But yeah, it's a good looking figure. It's got a great transformation. It's nice and intuitive looking. It's not nearly as I know the Iron Factory came out with a Megatron not too long ago, and it looked decent, but it was a bit overly complicated because it had, multiple robot modes and multiple vehicle modes, and that, impacted the figure in some not too wonderful ways. But this one just looks really good. It really does look and feel like a miniature MP36. Just a super enjoyable piece of plastic. Of course, it's super tiny. I still wouldn't take it through a TSA checkpoint, but I don't think that there's any way that this is going to be mistaken for a real weapon. But just super awesome. But that's all I've really got here. I kind of missed out on his robot mode, comparing him with the DX9 Dutch. But I suppose I can bring him out in this mode. It doesn't do any good. Whatever. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. You guys are fantastic. You know what? Actually, give me a moment. Robot mode. Do size comparison. A little bit taller than the DX9 Dutch. I honestly wonder if DX9 is going to redo their Optimus Prime. Now that they've been coming out with all these other figures. Don't get me wrong, this is a good looking figure. But honestly, a lot of the stuff that they came out with in their Legends line, since they moved their Legends to under the Newage brand, a lot of their stuff just looks a bajillion times better than this. And so I don't have the Magic Square Legends Optimus Prime. I have seen that this scales a little more cleanly with that. So just as something to keep in mind if you're strictly adhering to the Sunbow scale guide. I don't know. I think that they're a good looking pair, and just certainly the Autobot lineup and the Decepticon lineup both look really good in their own rights, and I'm really happy that I have this figure. But anyhow, thanks everybody for watching. You guys are fantastic. Everyone be good to each other and have a great day. See ya.